Hi, everyone. Welcome to CorpNet's November Facebook Live. It's so wonderful to be here. My name is Nellie Akalp, founder and CEO of CorpNet. It's so wonderful to be here today. And for those of you who may be joining us for the first time, I've been helping entrepreneurs, business professionals, CPAs, accountants, tax pros, QuickBooks Pro advisors with starting, managing, and building their businesses and helping their clients build their businesses for now over 2 decades. Wow, that's a long time. I didn't even realize it. So I'm really proud of what we've built here. And for CorpNet and also what we've built together with the CorpNet Partner Program. So I want to take a minute to give a huge thank you to all our amazing partners who allow the CorpNet Partner Program to thrive, and all of our clients who are joining today. Again, if you're not here, you can watch this as it's being restreamed, and you can watch the live Facebook again and watch the full recording. So it's really great to see everyone, and a special warm welcome to those of you who are joining us for the first time here or are new to our CorpNet Partner Program Facebook Live events. We're so excited to have you as part of our community. I also wanted to let you know and thank all of you who were able to join us at the Intuit CorpNet Connect 2025 last week. As you may be aware, CorpNet was the main diamond sponsor of Intuit Connect 2025. We had an amazing booth and gave out a lot of prizes. And we actually had a winner who won one of our raffles. So it was an exciting event, super fun. And it was really, really nice to get to put a lot of faces to names and meet a lot of our partners who stopped by. So thank you for stopping by if you were at Intuit Connect last week. And it was a pleasure meeting all of you who stopped by. We had a really, really nice time. Lots of great new partners who joined the program, and also existing partners who came and stopped by and were able to get a lot of questions clarified and get in touch with all of our additional tools that we're offering now to be able to continue to keep their clients in full compliance. So for now, we're back in the full swing of things in the office, because this is the start of our high season with CorpNet, as I'm sure it is for all of you watching and joining here. November and December tend to be very, very busy for us, just because of clients wanting to either get their businesses ready for the new year, close down inactive companies, make changes to their existing corporations or LLCs, or start a new venture in the new year. So I'm sure you guys are busy as we are. And as always, CorpNet's here to support all of you when it comes to any of your business formations, filings, payroll tax registration filings, compliance filings. So let's get into it. As you know, the end of the year brings a lot of compliance related filings into play. So it's crucial that your clients are in good standing before 2026 rolls around. So with that, I want to go ahead and draw your attention to basically what we've prepared for you today, which is our dissolutions filing and amendments for 2026. So in today's session, we're going to cover two of the most important year-end filings that we handle for partners and clients of yours, which is dissolutions and amendments. For those of you who may not be aware, dissolutions are basically when a corporation or LLC becomes inactive, and it is the filing required to close down a corporation or LLC with the state offices formally, because you can't just leave it running. And then amendments are when business information needs are required to be updated at the state level. So when a corporation or LLC needs to, change their business name, their business address, location, whatnot, those are the filings that are required to make sure that the corporation or LLC is in compliance and with up-to-date information with the state at the Secretary of State's office for their corporation or LLC. So let's get started. We've prepared basically a presentation here for you, a PowerPoint presentation. So I'd like to go over it and then we can go from there. Allison, I need help with how am I toggling between each of the slides here. I'm having a hard time with that. Forgive me, guys. We are having some technical issues here. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so let's start with Business Compliance 101. So giving you a refresher a little bit on just the different types of business entities. What is business compliance? As you all know, business compliance matters to businesses regardless of industry or size. And corporate entity compliance involves maintaining the good standing of a corporation or LLC in any state where the company has been established or authorized to conduct business in any state. And keep in mind, maintaining a corporation or an LLC is an ongoing process that needs attention every year. So with respect to compliance, the two compliance filings that we're really focused on for the purposes of this live is dissolutions and amendments, which are both really external compliance requirements because they require filing at the state office. Keep in mind, sole proprietorships and partnerships are not really, or they don't really require any type of compliance filings and are not really involved in the traditional business compliance requirements. So when we're talking about business compliance, we're really talking about compliance as it relates to a legal business entity, such as any type of corporation or LLC. Also, keep in mind that compliance regulations vary from state to state. For for companies operating in multiple states or expanding into new ones, there are many factors to consider when choosing the right state of incorporations. For example, annual fees and filings, franchise taxes, legal and court system, investors, and then whether that state, has a state corporate income tax. And, again, what are the consequences of non-compliance? Well, if a corporation or LLC falls out of good standing or compliance, a lot can happen. First and foremost, there's a risk of the corporate veil being pierced. The state could impose late fees and penalties or levy interest on payments that are owed by that corporation or LLC. It can also negatively affect financing and business transactions. It could also delay your business expansion into other states if you're trying to foreign qualify in other states. And then ultimately, the state could administratively dissolve your corporation or LLC. So it's critical that you ensure that if your clients have a corporation or LLC, that you are advising them that compliance is a critical key to keeping that corporation or LLC in good standing. Now, there are two types of ongoing compliance requirements. We have internal compliance requirements. Internal compliance requirements are really actions that have to be taken by the directors or shareholders of a corporation or LLC. We've listed them here, such as obtaining the tax ID for the corporation, opening up the bank account, making sure that corporation has bylaws or the LLC has an operating agreement, and then making sure you're passing resolutions whenever there's a specific action taken by the corporation or LLC. As you can see, the external compliance requirements are a lot more detailed here. When we're talking about external compliance requirements, we're talking about requirements that are imposed by the state in which a business is incorporated and or formed as an LLC, and in any state where it's registered to transact business. So they can also be imposed by the federal level as well. But what we're talking about here, as far as external compliance requirements, which the two topics that we're talking about today, which are dissolutions or closing a business, and then amendments, which is modifying and updating information on a corporation or LLC, fall under external compliance requirements, in addition to many others here. And these are all services that our company can assist you and your clients with, especially right now at year end, if you need any of these types of filings. Keep in mind, we also offer payroll tax registrations and setups, both at the federal, state, and local county level, including paid family medical leave filings as well, in addition to payroll tax account closures and amendments. So we offer those services in all 50 states, including all of the service listings you see here as well. Now, what are some of the end of year tasks that you and your clients need to be aware of and must take action on if it's required by that corporation or LLC? The first one that we're going to cover is articles of amendment. Again, what are articles of amendment? It's a filing that's required at the Secretary of State's office, at the state level, in the state that that corporation or LLC is formed, when there is a change to that corporation or LLC. So, for example, the company updates their name or changes their address or change of registered agent or authorizes more shares in the case of a corporation, or lets one of the directors leaves, or one of the board members leaves, or there's a change of business activity. Those are all types of instances where the state needs to be notified, and articles of amendment has to be filed with the state for that corporation or LLC. Now, there are a bunch of questions that I'm always asked when it comes to articles of amendment. We've listed it here for you. One of them being, why do I need to file with the state? Well, it's a compliance requirement, and it's required to keep that corporation or LLC in good standing. And this includes keeping the state updated of any changes that have been made to your company. The other question is, do I need to file an amendment if I want to change my company name? Absolutely. This is a must. Otherwise, whatever you do, it's not going to be protected under that corporation or LLC. What if my company relocates its offices? Again, yes, absolutely. That's part of the list that I showed you in the previous slide. And then obviously, if you're trying to get the corporation to authorize more shares, then again, generally speaking, since your total authorized shares are listed on your articles, you would need to file an amendment to do this type of change. Now, the other critical filing that you must be aware of, and this is one of those that it's critical. I can't stress it enough, that if you have an inactive corporation or LLC, or if your clients have an inactive corporation or LLC this year, and they're not, planning on operating it, it's critical that you dissolve that corporation or LLC before 2026, so that you're not hit with another set and another year of filings and tax filings and fees and compliance dues, etc. So if a business operates as an LLC or a corporation, and again, it's going to be inactive or is inactive, it's important important to formally dissolve that legal entity. If the company is not formally dissolved, the owners will still be responsible for compliance filings like annual reports, franchise tax filings, and also, filing an annual statement of information, also referred to as, again, an annual report, and then also paying fees to keep that corporation or LLC active for another year. So in order to formally dissolve a corporation or LLC, the following steps have to take place, which is, if the business is a corporation, all business associates need to vote on closing that business, record the final vote in an annual meeting minute. And then if the business is an LLC, again, specific rules vary from state to state, or what's basically set out within your operating agreement. But again, in both instances, you have to draft articles of dissolution for the state that corporation or LLC is formally had been created in, and then file articles of dissolution to formally close that business entity within that state. And also, if that corporation or LLC also is foreign qualified within other states as a foreign corporation, those need to be also dissolved by way of what is called a certificate of withdrawal. So it's super, super important this happens before the end of the year. I get a lot of questions on this. Normally people keep it, for the 11th hour. And I will tell you, if you're trying to close the business and not have to, be hooked for 2026, then you might want to consider doing this before the 15th of December, because otherwise you may have to pay express fees, rush fees, whatnot, to get an effective date of filing of before 2026. We've prepared some frequently asked questions as it relates to closing a business, also referred to as a dissolution. First one being, what happens when a corporation or LLC stops doing business? Again, in most jurisdictions, if you have an inactive corporation or LLC, you have to formally dissolve that corporation or LLC by filing what are called articles of dissolution with that state office. If you don't legally close the business, failure to file the appropriate documentation is going to keep the corporation or LLC by continuing on and on and on, which means it's going to result in taxes, more penalties, and other fees for every day the company continues to exist. So you got to file an article of dissolution if it's an inactive corporation or LLC. Again, how do you dissolve? It's by filing articles of dissolution. We can offer this service to you in all of the 50 states. Don't try to go at it yourself. It's really, really tedious, because in some states they require you to make sure that, all of your compliance filings are in order before you can dissolve. So reputable filing companies such as us can do this for you timely and cost effectively. If your corporation or LLC is in bad standing or owes back taxes, this is a question that we always get, is, what if my company is already in bad standing, but it's also inactive? What do I do? I still want to dissolve it. The question is, you bring the company back into good standing by reinstating that corporation or LLC, and then you can formally dissolve that corporation or LLC. And these are all the little nuances that a reputable company such as our company, CorpNet, can assist you with in any of the 50 states. Now, we have a bunch of helpful resources here as well for you. Again, as it relates to corporations and LLCs either needing modifications or updating changes on their articles of incorporation or organization, or as it relates to an inactive business which is not operating anymore, again, we can offer amendment filings, articles of dissolution filings in all of the 50 states. But in addition to that, we have a plethora of resources that you can have at your fingertips any time of the day. If you have clients coming in that are looking to start a new business entity, you can see if that name is available by checking out our business name search tool. We have an interactive business structure wizard tool whereby if a client comes in, wants to start a new business, but doesn't really know or is not quite sure what type of business entity they need to form, you can have that business structure wizard up on your screen, which will prompt you to ask a series of questions from your client, and then it'll help you provide a guided, thoughtful recommendation to them, which is the wizard that's been created by attorneys and accountants that's really taking the information that you're gathering from the client and then popping out the answer as to what the best type of entity is for your clients, with the best tax consequences. It's also right now with the end of the year, again, as I mentioned to you, there's a surge of compliance requirements that your clients are probably facing, and they're coming to you and probably you're inundated with. So we have a CorpNet compliance portal with monitoring and proactive alerts whereby you can bring your clients' entities, load them up for free, no charge whatsoever, no ongoing fees, no setup fees, and we can monitor it for you and provide you with proactive alerts. This is also an opportunity for you to institute a business model within your firm where you can put your clients on a subscription plan whereby they're paying you, nominal fee or a yearly fee for you to monitor their corporations and LLCs without really doing much and having us do all the back end work. And we can charge you wholesale fees to provide the services to you, and you can charge a marked up fee and create a little bit of profit there for yourself, for your clients. If you have clients with corporations, again, no matter how small that corporation is, they need to draft annual meeting minutes for any year that corporation is in existence. So again, if your clients don't have annual meeting minutes for 2025 already drafted or any year prior, we can draft annual meeting minutes for your clients in any of the 50 states. We also have a plethora of business guides and checklists, and also our CorpNet blog, which gets updated at least 3 times a week with new articles. Okay, let's see here. For those of you joining and are new to our live events and are hearing me speak here, you're interested in offering these services to your clients, well, we have an amazing partner program. And if you are joining as just somebody, interested in, hearing this live, but are not a CorpNet partner and are interested in becoming a partner, basically our program, which is called the CorpNet Partner Program, allows you as a business professional to offer business incorporation, business filings, payroll tax registration, setups, amendments, closures, and other types of corporate compliance services to your clients in all 50 states via our CorpNet Partner Program. It's simple to join. There's no setup fees. There is no annual fees. There's no ongoing fees. It's a pay-as-you-go service. And basically, with our CorpNet Partner Program, what it allows you to do is when you join as a CorpNet partner, you can either join as a reseller or a referral partner, and it allows you to start offering our services to your clients. Now, you have a choice. You can either maintain control and be the middleman whereby your clients don't even have a clue as to who CorpNet is, offer these clients as a white label, service to your clients under your own name, your own brand. Let us do all the legwork in the back end. That would be our reseller type of partnership where you're basically reselling to attract more clients and increasing your revenues. In that type of situation or setup, you would get wholesale pricing from us, wholesale discounted pricing. You would have a dedicated account manager assigned to you, and you can have white label services where you can put on your name, your logo, your brand. Client would never know you're doing business with us. You set your own pricing, whatever you want. You get 24/7 personalized support, and you get expert knowledge at your fingertips by offering all of our services as your own to your clients. The other option is, let's say you just want your clients to have a trusted resource where they can get referred to, and you have the peace of mind knowing that you're referring your clients to a trusted resource that's not going to poach your clients and compete with you. That's our referral program. You're referring to enhance your services. You're referring your clients to us, knowing that we're going to bring them right back to you, and you can either earn commissions on each sale, or you can pass it on to your clients in the form of a discount, whatever commissions you would have received. In both instances, you are basically getting expert knowledge from our team and get 24/7 white glove treatment to make sure that you're looking and you're looked upon as a trusted advisor to your clients. Now, in either way you choose to go, whether reseller option or referral option, again, there's no setup fees, there's no annual fees. It's a pay-as-you-go service, and the program is designed to meet your needs. So let's say you want to do a little bit of both. You can set up the account where you can be both a referral and a reseller. Maybe with some of your clients you want to maintain control, whereas other clients you want to just have CorpNet deal with them and then bring them back to you. You can set your account up as a dual account where it's both a referral account and a reseller account. Either way, check it out. You can get more information at www.corpnet.com/partners, or give us a call. We can take you through a demo and get you all set up. With that said, I'd like to open up this live to any questions that you may have. So let's see. I don't see any questions being posted, so we've prepared a bunch of questions for you. First one is, what's the difference between articles of amendment and a statement of information? So this is one that I always get. Articles of amendment is a filing that's required at the Secretary of State's level when a corporation or LLC needs to amend and update information on their articles of incorporation or their articles of organization. Whereas an annual report, also referred to as a statement of information, is an annual compliance filing that simply most states require for you to file on the anniversary of your corporation or LLC, just giving them information as to how the corporation has been doing. A lot of times, if you're updating information on your annual report or statement of information, some states will, deem that as enough, but 99% of the states will also require you to also file articles of amendment. Because a lot of the questions that are asked on the statement of information or annual report is not within the articles of organization or incorporation that was originally filed at the Secretary of State's office. So again, you'll need to file articles of amendment. If there's been changes and updates, that must be reported to the Secretary of State that needs to, amend the articles of incorporation or the organization. And that's by way of an articles of amendment. Let's see if we have any other questions here. We're getting a question. Can a dissolution be filed any time of year, or is it just at the end of the year? That's a great question. So in answer to your question, a dissolution can be filed at any time during a year. It doesn't have to be filed year end. We're just saying that if you have an inactive corporation or LLC and it's not operating anymore, it's critical that you file it file the articles of dissolution before you get to the new year. But generally speaking, articles of dissolution can be filed at any time during any year. And again, it's, if you have, a corporation or LLC that's inactive, and let's say it's March, you want to close it down. So make sure you close it down, once you determine it's closed and you want to, close it down, you want to definitely file the articles of dissolution back then. So no timing requirements. We're just stressing right now, because we're heading towards the year end, that if you have an inactive corporation or LLC, make sure you take care of that dissolution filing before 2026 rolls around. We're getting another question here, which is, if my client dissolved a company but wants to do business again, can they use the same name of the company dissolved, or do they need to create a new name? So this is a great question. It really depends on the state. A lot of states, when you're dissolving a corporation or LLC, will allow you to use that corporation or LLC name again, um, and some don't. So it's really a state by state requirement that you need to have someone like us check for you to see if it's allowed or not. But great, great question. Also, keep in mind that we do a thorough research, and we do have researchers available to you that can do specific research on a state by state basis for you and on behalf of your clients when it comes to questions like this. We're getting another question here. Does CorpNet offer rush filings? So, any type of filing, such as an amendment or a dissolution, can be taken care of before the end of the year. And absolutely, I stressed upon this a little bit earlier during this live, that, you may want to take care of these filings before the 15th of December. However, for some reason, if you have a client rolling in after December 15th, absolutely, we do offer rush filing services, and we can take care of this before the new year rolls around. Let's see here. So with that said, I'm not getting any more questions here. So I want to go ahead and wrap up today's session. It's been such a pleasure talking about the year-end critical compliance filings. I want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, for your continued partnership, and for being part of the CorpNet family, whether you're a longtime partner or just joining us for the first time. Again, we truly appreciate your business, your trust in us, your loyalty, and the incredible work that you do supporting small businesses across the country. Our next live event will be extra special. We're going to be doing 2 more live events before 2026 rolls around, and before we ring in the new year. So stay tuned. We will be having 2 more live events, and I'll be back to host both of those live events. And also in the new year, you'll see more and more of me doing these Facebook Lives for you. In the meantime, we would love to hear from you. If you have any specific ideas or topics or questions you'd like us to cover in the future live events, please post them right here or on LinkedIn or our Facebook pages, and we'll be sure to do our best to cover those topics and ideas for you. Our team reviews every comment and suggestion, and we use your feedback to shape our upcoming lineups for our live events. Also, just a reminder, the slides from today's session will be uploaded in this group and page shortly and after we wrap up, so you can download them and use them as a resource. And as always, if you have any questions or need help with any type of filing, whether it be a new formation, payroll tax registration, payroll tax account closures or amendments, or any type of compliance filing, specifically articles of amendments or articles of dissolutions, feel free to contact us at 1-888-449-2638. As always, we're here at your service, or you can email us to info@corpnet.com. Our business formation and compliance experts are here at your service, ready to help you every step of the way. Thank you again for joining us today. For those of you that maybe joined later on during the live event, I'm Nellie Akalp, CorpNet founder and CEO. It's a pleasure, and happy holidays to all of you.